Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here. We are looking ahead to today's four-game slate for the NBA playoffs for Tuesday, April 29th. As normal, if you guys find this video helpful, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it. It's free and it goes a long ways. It's your way of saying thank you for the video. And like I said, if you guys have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button as well. We do NBA Fanduel lineup advice videos almost every single day for you guys. And also sometimes, like I said, we do NBA Price Picks videos, MLB, Fanduel, and MLB Price Picks. And once WNBA does come around here in a couple weeks, we are going to actually hit that pretty hard. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a slight increase this year with WNBA price pool. Hopefully, I feel like it's a little bit more popular this year, so I might dig into it a little more. We'll see. Um, but yeah, with that being said, last night I did a slight pivot, went to Buddy Hield over Eason. That's the only thing that I did differently, and it popped off. Buddy Hield, I saw literally 5 minutes before that he was starting. I was kind of shocked, and I said, "Heck with it, I'll put in Buddy Hield," and he popped off, and it got me third. Anyway, this is only a 5-man, so like I said, I play smaller tournaments. That's kind of what I do right now in the playoffs. It looks like FanDuel's payouts are only like 19 to 21% in these, in the monster and stuff, and it's just not really worth it right now. It's not the same as the regular season is. So instead, I'm just playing little 5, 10, 15 mans, little ones like that, and it gets the job done. It's a little bit different over there. It's a little, the scores aren't as high because there's only a couple people, so that's why if you see me with a 272 and you're wondering how I cash, that's how. So, but yeah, like I said, 5, 10 man, 15 mans, I don't mind looking at that. The single entry tournaments, I love those. Um, and then also, like I said, I don't mind, 3 mans, 5 mans, head to heads. Got to mix in quite a bit of that stuff. Can't always just play the heavy tournaments because if you do, you'll kill your bankroll. So, 272.9 last night. Let's get into it. Oh man, Miami looked terrible. I even said that I didn't know how many I wanted. At least Bam did okay, but Mitchell was horrendous. Ty Jerome did all right, 31-1. The other Mitchell did good in the time he was given. Max Strauss did good in the time he was given. Butler, he went off with 45. I was a little shocked. The first 5 or 6 minutes of that game, man, he was not looking great, and I was like, he's gonna go to the locker room, but he didn't, thankfully. Moving on to Buddy Hield. Like I said, it was literally a late switch. He got into the starting lineup, and everybody was shocked. I was shocked too. He hasn't been in the starting lineup in like 2 or 3 months, and it worked out for Golden State. So Draymond didn't do much with 17. Kind of was he didn't. I don't know that technical. I don't know if you guys were watching that last night. That was not a good call. He was literally trying to push him away, and I mean Post should have Post got it, but I don't know. Interesting. Bam, 33-4, and then Sengun was absolutely terrible in the first half and popped off in the second half with a 56.5. So, not too bad. As normal, if you guys want to get in, like I said, prices are literally dang cheap. $15 for the first playoff. I could extend it to the third round, like I said, depending on how many you guys want it. So if you guys want to do that, I can extend it to the third round. Just message me. And yeah, $15. Like I said, that's less than dinner. I mean, you guys see the results. Why not come join us? It's really cheap. It's not like it's 50, 60, $70 a month. It's $15 for like 2.5 weeks. It's pretty dang cheap. Come try that. We got it on the over, so pretty solid. All right. So, yeah, like I said, if you guys want to get in, definitely check us out. Chris Anthony, NBA1 on Twitter. Also, we will have our link in the comment section below. Click that link, and it will send you right to our Twitter. We'll get you guys in on today's slate. So, without further ado, let's go get into it real quick. We have Milwaukee and Pacers, 222, 8.5. So, we are going on, unfortunately, with Lillard. That was crazy. Like I said, I'm from the Oregon area, so definitely it hurts even more knowing that, he was a Blazer. And yeah. But, so Kevin Porter's probably going to be really popular, at least 70, 80% owned. If you're playing single entry tournaments, he'll be at least 90 to 100% owned. Everyone's going to have him. He's just a safe cash game play. Even in blowout, I think he's going to get your minutes. You can look at Gary Trent, but I just don't know how much the veterans have in this one. I mean, I think they know it's over, so I don't know. Gary Trent may pop, but I don't know. You can see guys like Kevin Porter doing better. Kyle Kuzma, I could see him having a random good game here just because this game doesn't really. I mean, it matters, but I don't know. I could just see him having that get game, to be honest, and other people take a slight step back. I don't know. We'll see how much fight they have. We got Albertson, Nembhard, Neesmith, Siakam, and Turner on the flip side over there. Last time, looking. Let's get into a couple of the GPP plays. How are we? Thankfully, we have a 4-gamer today, so you should be able to, with guys like Moody and stuff like that, because it's guys like that on the slate just really, really get you sometimes. So, like I said, Kevin Porter is going to be very popular at 5,300. Put him in there. Trent's all right. Like I said, Trent and Kuzma, are they going to do anything? I don't know. Got to poke the stick at him. If you're doing GPPs, I could look at AJ Green. He's not that great of a player, but he likes to shoot the ball. And he might 25 or 30 here, and he might get some extended run in garbage time. So you can look at AJ Green also because Lillard's out as well. So maybe that helps him out. I don't know what his assist would be over on Price Picks, but if it's like 2 or lower, I'd probably not looking bad. Like I said, in GPPs, I wouldn't take him in single entries. Not really needed. Giannis, he's okay, but I would rather go to Jokic here, and I'll tell you why. Siakam, I just like I said, I really have a weird feeling that this might be last night with Cleveland. If they're down early, and we saw that last time they were down 38-19 or something, and they came back, but this time they don't have Lillard. And do they really, I don't know. I feel like this could turn into a Miami situation real quick. Because, if they're down by 20, 25, they might rest their dudes. So we'll see. Indiana's at home. They're going to want to close the sucker out. I just don't know how many Milwaukee guys I want besides Porter. Maybe Portis, but Porter for sure. Moving on, we got Detroit and New York. So kind of the slight same situation here, New York and Pistons. It was a hard one for Detroit the other night. They literally lost by 1 point. And, that was at home. So they are back in New York, as we know. We have a 214.5. Knicks are leading the series 3-1. They're trying to close it out, which I think they can do that here. One guy that's kind of popping up on my models early on is OG Anunoby. He's only 6,600. I don't know what his ownership's going to be. We'll have to see. But, yeah, like I said, early on, projections are really liking him. Simulations are liking him. And like I said, he still had 19, which isn't a lot. He had 19. He had 3 steals at least. So the good thing about OG, he's going to play his minutes. He's going to get his steals on the defense. They're back at home. And, he hasn't been too crazy at home. 23 point rebounds, 10 points, and 5. But like I said, he's playing big minutes. If you get you a 30, 35 in cash games and single entry, not looking too bad. And, so you guys got guys like Kate Cunningham. I think he should do good, but like I said, what if they get down by 10, by 15? I could see that happening. Detroit might be a little out of gas. They've given it their all, man. I think they're still going to fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if I see like a 42, 45 point fantasy point game instead of the mid 60s from him. I'm trying to look for a little bit more competitive games, but Cade obviously very, very competitive person, so he's going to try. But if they're down, they might pull him. You got Dennis, he's all right off the bench. Like I said, should have been shooting the ball a little bit more than I've been expecting. It's not really his game. And had 3 steals last time. So at 49, he's worth a look, but if they start getting blown out, he's not going to get garbage time minutes because he's a veteran. So he might be an okay option. Jalen Brunson at only 92. This dude has 4 straight 30-point games, and he's 9,200 and almost double-digit assist. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, once again, I think he's in a good spot. It's just if they start pulling away, do they pull him or do they just keep him in there? I think they could probably keep the Knicks in a little bit longer. We'll see. We'll have to see how it goes. I expect it to be competitive for the most part until maybe the 3rd, 4th. So Brunson at 92, don't mind him. Only bad thing is, like I said, he was kind of had that ankle injury. We saw that last game. He's kind of, so if it hits him and he goes to the locker room, might be screwed. Don't really want to mess with any of those guys too much. Bridges is okay. He had 27, but he really didn't do great on offense as normal. Tobias Harris is okay, but I'd rather go OG. Josh Hart's not too bad. And then you got Towns once again only at 9,000. Price is coming down a little bit, but at 9K, if you're not going to go Jokic, don't mind it. All right, Orlando and Boston. We have a 198.5 and 11.5 spread here. So this one as well, like I said, this is going to be in Boston. Should be a pretty slow game. Celtics are up as well, 3-1. So we have 3 games that could be potential closeouts here. 11.5 spread, like I said, in Boston. So Drew Holiday is going to be out once again. Drew Holiday is out. Brown's game time decision. I do expect him personally to play. He's kind of been playing through that injury. Derek White, I think, is a solid cash game play. It's like I said, not the greatest matchup, but he's a solid cash game play. Peyton Pritchard at 45 just has not been doing anything on the offense. He could have one of those games where he gets 22 to 25. I could definitely see that. So I think if you're playing tournaments, I could see him maybe in what 15 out of 150, maybe a little bit more than that. And then you got Paulo Banchero. This guy, I saw him last game. He looked a little defeated and a little ticked. So he's going to come out and compete. I don't really have any touch for him. He's 9,400, 200 more than Jalen Brunson. So there you go. You got Franz Wagner down here, 82. I don't mind it, but his foul trouble really scares me at times. I know he's been solid in the series, but his foul trouble really scares me. If he gets 2 or 3 early, man, he's done it a couple times. So Wagner's okay at 82. Tatum, he's okay in cash games. You got Kidstaff Porzingis. I don't know what happened last game. He didn't come out of the locker room. I don't know what happened exactly, but he still had 28 and 22 minutes. I don't know. It's just kind of weird what kind of happened there. Al Horford, he looked pretty good, getting those couple steals and blocks. Don't mind looking at him. He's a solid cash game play, probably 25 to 30 for you. And then you can look at Wendell Carter, but I just don't think you need to go that way. He's okay cash games. 53 is okay. So, like I said, if you're playing cash games, but I think if you're playing tournaments, there's other ways to go. And the ways to go is in this game. We got Clippers in Denver, last game of the night. We have a 208, and a 1.5 spread by LA. So this series tied 2-2. In my opinion, this is a game you want to target. It's competitive. Those other games are 3-1. I say scatter in a couple of those guys from the early game and then just load up on this sucker. I know it's not the highest total, I get that, but we kind of saw that with Golden State. It was a low total, and then it went a lot higher. Well, not a lot higher, but a little bit higher than what we expected. So this is a game I'm targeting personally. Then we got James Harden here at 88. Not looking bad. Not being as aggressive on the offense, but still a solid play at 8,800. I'd rather go to Murray, but still a good option. Sorry, Brunson, not Murray. Speaking of Murray, got him at 7,300. Once again, he's an okay cash game. I mean, he's going to get you about 30, 35. He puts up his shot. So, if he gets you 35, 40, I would not be surprised. Westbrook is game time decision in this one. We got Chris Dunn down here at only 4,100. Only playing 20 minutes, 23 minutes. Probably more of a tournament play right now. If Westbrook and Brown is probably going to be someone that I think he shot 8 for 19 last time and popped off, and they didn't raise his price really. He's got 40.9 last time out. So Westbrook's out definitely helps out Christian Brown a little bit more. We got Norman Powell. I'd rather go to Brown in this situation. You got Mr. Super Kawhi Leonard, another all right option at 86. I think he's going to get you 40, 45 in this one. Michael Porter, I really don't want to touch this guy. He even said that he has like a really messed up shoulder right now. That he said that should take 3 to 4 months, but he's going to push it through. So he's not feeling good. He's trying, but dude is injured as heck. So don't really want to mess with him. He even said he's injured, so I don't really want to mess with someone that said he's messed up. So Aaron Gordon, on the other hand, dude's 5,700. He's a solid option. I know he had 2 not good games against the Clippers, but if you really think of it, I mean, he just didn't have an assist or a block. So he still put up, half decent numbers. just needed a couple more blocks. So I think he's in all right spot at only 5'7". And then you got the two big boys. You got Jokic and Zubac, 11-8 for Mr. Jokic. I think you got to put him in there. I mean, like I said, it's a competitive game. They're back at home. I think he's pissed, and he's 80. He had 80.2. Him and Zubac are really, I love it. It's awesome. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like these playoffs so far are a little bit better than recent ones. I know they're slight blowouts, but man, it's been a little chirpy, and I like it. Especially Detroit, and then you got Lillard talking it, but then he just destroyed his ACL or Achilles. So yeah, Zubac at 7-7, I think he's your best value. He's playing massive minutes, double almost every night. Gonna get you a couple blocks here and there. I mean, if you're not going Jokic, you gotta go Zoo. That's just the way it is. That's how I see it. So let's get into it. Let's go get you guys a couple, kind of an outliner lineup. I really do like Brunson here. I think he's gonna pop. But if you want to just, like I said, stay slightly more competitive games, I don't mind James Harden. But I think Brunson could get a little bit more. So I think Harden's safer in cash games, but Brunson has more upside, but could be a potential blowout, and he doesn't play as many minutes. All right, so other guys I'm looking at, yeah, like I said, Jamal Murray, I think he's in a really good spot in cash games. If you don't want to go that way, you got Porter, but Porter is a shooting guard eligible as well, so that fits in very nicely. Not too big of fans of anyone here. You got Christian Brown, like I said, if Westbrook's out, I like him, but I don't mind spending up for Tyrese Halliburton here. Got to get you 38 to 43 at minimum. So I really don't mind looking at that. Like I said, don't mind looking at OG Anunoby as well at 6,600. That gives you guys 58. So if you can get Zoo in there, that would be nice. Gives you 52, gives you a little bit of room to go get some cheaper guys. Like I said, Christian Brown. How much we got? 51. I mean, I do like Aaron Gordon, but then that drops you down to these guys all are just not good. And I'm not touching Kuzma in cash games. If you don't want to go that way, I mean, if you go Neesmith, you still can't get Al Horford. Um, so, anyway, something like that. I mean, that's really not too bad of something. I mean, you guys could easily mess with that, tweak with it. That's a pretty good cash game lineup right there. So, anyway, guys, once again, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys found this video helpful, leave a like. And like I said, it was pretty good for premium. Once again, won 300 last night. So, if you guys want to come join us, it's only going to be $15. And like I said, we will include round 3 of the playoffs for you guys for only $15. So, and like I said, that's less than, dinner or takeout for the night. So why not? It's 2.5 weeks worth. Why not come join us? Also, like I said, if you guys want to join us for free lineups, we have those as well. Chris Anthony, NBA1 on Twitter. The link will be in the comment section. Click that link. Give us a follow while you guys are there. Definitely would appreciate it. And just message us. Say, hey, we'd love to get in on premium or free. We'll get you guys all set up on today's slate. All right, once again, I appreciate you guys watching. And we'll see you guys in the next one.